This is 100% true. So when my daughter was about 4.5, my wife was out of town, and we were having breakfast, and there was a little lull in the conversation, and I'm over, cleaning up some dishes and stuff. And then after about a minute, she says to me, and apropos of nothing, we had not been talking about anything like this at all. So she just comes out with this. She goes, "Daddy, I'm sad you're going to die soon." And, my immediate reaction was like, oh my God, she's a witch.
Food is the way to bring us together, guys. We're in very, very divided times, but food, I feel like, is the answer. Think about the first wave of immigrants, the Italians, they copped a lot of racial hate, but, they bought pizza, pasta, people sort of accepted them, yeah. Chinese people, sweet and sour pork, Indian people, buttered chicken. All I'm trying to say is stop hating and just wait and see what food transgender people make. Because
I remember Strictly Come Dancing and the Great British Bake Off. They became programmes where the media got in on the old diversity bandwagon. You remember on the Great British Bake Off they had a Muslim lady baking a Victoria sponge cake, didn't they? They had the black lesbian boxer doing the Viennese waltz, remember? And I thought, that's not diversity. Getting black people to do white people's things, that's colonialism. To me, diversity would be to get white people to do black people's things. So instead of a programme like Who Do You Think You Are, you could have Where You From? No, Where You Really From? Where we could get a white person to stand there and justify their existence in this country by going through their entire fucking family tree. Immigrants in the Attic, that was one of my programme ideas. Stop and Search, where we see people like Nigel Farage being tasered outside Brixton Tube Station.
You got to understand, I'm a sucker for cheap travel. I do this job, I travel around all the time, always trying to get it cheaper, always trying to do little hacks and tricks to work out a way to get it cheaper all the time, right? And this happened recently, it's an embarrassing story, but I've got to tell it to take ownership of it. Basically what happened is, right, I was getting on a long-haul flight, right, and so I wore a big happy birthday badge to the airport because I assumed they would see that at the check-in desk and then give me a free upgrade. What I forgot was I would then have to show them my passport with my date of birth in it. Absolutely humiliating. She was like, "What's that all about?" I was like, this is just trendy. Something young people do. She was like, "Well, you're not one of them, so I don't know why you're doing it."
I do a lot of charity work, and there's so many animals on the endangered list, and we really, guys, seriously, did you know this? There's so many on the endangered list. We're all gonna have to do our part on this one, guys. If we all, killed 3 or 4 of them, we could get them off that list so fast.
Look, America was never great, but it was hopeful. There were periods where there was progress being made. There was more, we were trying to be kinder, more inclusive, equal rights for everybody. And I think if America wants to get back to that place, then we need to build a time machine and go back and kill the person responsible for the mess we're in now. And I'll do it. I will do it. And I understand the canon of how this works. Once you use the time machine, then you've altered the space-time continuum and the fabric is ripped and torn. The time machine can't exist anymore, so it stops existing. But I'll do it. I will go back and I will kill Jesus Christ. I'll do it. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for all the kids out there. And I'm not going to go to like when he was 30, because he was kind of ripped, as I understand, Dude was cut and had like a 12-man security detail with him at all times. So I wouldn't go there. And I certainly wouldn't go to when he was first born, the Immaculate Conception, the Virgin Mary. And I think that's a little unseemly to kill a one-day-old. But we really don't know anything about Jesus, though, literally from the day after he was born up until he was like 30 and a half, right? We don't know anything about like teenage Jesus. We know, we don't know anything about 14-year-old, sullen, mopey, covered in acne, hormones raging out of control, just emo Jesus, just, school's a prison, right? Just constantly jerking off, right? Constantly. 14-year-old boys jerk off 7 times a day minimum, all right? And Jesus is no different. And, they didn't have Nivea back then. There was no lotion. So 14-year-old Jesus' dick looked like an overcooked hot dog that had been left in the rain for a week and then discovered by a pack of rabid raccoons. But, so, and we all know the story about the, Immaculate Conception, right? That's heartwarming story where God implanted his seed into the Virgin Mary, right? So he could give us his son, right? God took his seed, seed is cum. That's what it is, seed is cum. So God took his cum and he put it in the Virgin Mary. And here's the thing. He's everyone's God. Everyone on the planet. He's everyone's God. So he had to figure out which cum he was going to put into the Virgin Mary because he's got literally thousands and thousands of different cums. So he had to go, which cum am I going to put inside the Virgin? Should it be Indo-Asian or Nordic or Mayan or Aboriginal or Namibian or Incan or Arapaho or... You know what? I'll go with Jew. Jew's my... Yeah, that's good cum. That's good cum. And then God took his cum, and God's way in the heavens. He's all the way in outer space. And he had to take his cum and send it, right, through all the different galaxies and solar systems, and he sent it all the way, but it always had to maintain an eternal temperature of 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit, right? Otherwise the cum would have degraded. And so he had to speed it up and then slow it down, and had to go through different galaxies and solar systems till it got to the Milky Way, and then it found our solar system, avoiding planets and moons and asteroids and space dust, and always, again, maintaining an eternal temperature of 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Then getting to Earth, and then go through all the different atmospheres, because God loves atmospheres. So he gave us a whole bunch, and it's got to go through the exosphere and the thermosphere and the mesosphere and the stratosphere and into the troposphere, and then wait for the opportune time for Mary to go like this, and then up it went. And because Mary is a human woman, she went through the 9-month gestation period, and where she grew Jesus, and then God sent the angel Gabriel to Joseph and Mary to explain what was happening, and to say, you have to go to Bethlehem, okay? Either to be counted for the census or to not be counted for the census. It's a little vague, and historians aren't really sure of exactly what, but we need to get you, for the sake of the story, we need to get you to Bethlehem, okay? It's called a writer's device, all right? So we need either for the census or to not be, it doesn't matter. You need to go to Bethlehem, and then, Gabriel went back up the chimney, and then Joseph put Mary on their donkey, Dinkles, that was the name of the donkey. It's in the Bible. Joseph, Mary, and Dinkles the donkey They went to Bethlehem, and we all know this part of the story. They got to the inn in Bethlehem. The inn, singular. There's only one. They got to the inn, but there was no room at the inn, so they had to sleep in the manger. Now here's a question. 2,023 years ago, what was the difference between a room at the inn and the manger? There's no difference. There's no difference. You're still sleeping on hay next to a goat, you know? They act like it's an Airbnb where the Wi-Fi went out. No, I'm sure that when the innkeeper told Joseph, you'll have to sleep in the manger, it's like, good, some fucking fresh air for once, you know? And so they got to the manger and they laid down on the hay, and then Mary started going into labor. They started timing her contractions, coming quicker, and she's about to give birth to the Son of God. And there's a little commotion in there. She's going to give birth. Joseph, it's time. And Jesus is coming out, but he's not coming out. He's not. What's happening? Because I can feel it, and he's trying to get out, but he's not coming out. And here's what they leave out of the story. But when God implanted Mary with his cum, he forgot to do something that's really integral to the whole process. He forgot to fuck Mary. So her hymen remained intact. So Jesus is ready to come out, but there's this wall of flesh, and he's like punching and kicking and screaming and clawing and scratching, and he can't do it, and it's traumatic. I mean, ask any Scientologist what happens in there. It'll scar you for billions of lives. And I mean, it messed him up good. It gave him a Messiah complex. And so Mary sussed out what was happening, said, Joseph, hang on, I'm gonna get back on Dinkles, maybe go around triple speed, see if I can knock this little fella out of there. And she did. She tore her hymen, came back, and then she laid down and she started to give birth to the Son of God. And then here comes Jesus out of this massive hairy bush. Got a Jewish woman in biblical times, come on, it's a massive hairy bush. And here comes Jesus, and he's covered in placenta. There's a little bit of blood, and there's shit too, because that's also part of the birthing process. When you give birth through the vaginal canal, you lose control of your bowels and your sphincter, and shit comes out. It happens. There's shit. So here comes the Lord and Savior of all mankind, just covered in shit, and they cleaned him off with some hay and some goat urine, and then. So I would go to Jesus when he was like 4, right? And I would dress appropriately so as not to arouse suspicion. I would bring something to distract the villagers. You know, I'd be like, hey, check this out. It's a Furby. I would take Jesus. Hey, kiddo, come down. I want to take you down to the river and show you something that's pretty cool. All right. So listen, kiddo. Listen, so this is very important for me to say and very, very important for you to hear. I want you to know this, okay? You are a beautiful person with beautiful ideas. You live your life in a clean, honest way that is all about other people. You're about kindness and generosity, selflessness, love, unconditional love. You're about diversity, equity, and inclusion, all right? And this is not about you, okay? This is about your fans who are gonna take every word you say and willfully, maliciously twist it for their own perverted sense of power. And everything they do is completely antithetical to everything you ever preached and the way you wanted us to live. And they will literally murder millions of people in your name and drive millions of others to suicide in your name. All right, Chicago. Thank you, guys.
It's a tough time for me because, like, I got nowhere to live. And at the moment, I'm staying in my dad's basement, you know? Like, I'm just moving around. And it's too intense to live with my dad. He's too fucking... This is how intense my dad is. He had heart surgery. The next day I went to see him. He's getting fentanyl, which is 100 times stronger than heroin, dripped into his vein directly. No effect. No impact. What's going on? Where's the nurse? Hurry up! This is my dad on heroin. Fuck! I'm in a state of bliss. I finally escaped myself. I want to get up and clean leaves out of the gutter. That's incredible. Like heroin, like my dad's negativity overcame heroin. That's inspiring. Like I said he should release a book, The Power of Negative Thinking. He's just on the front cover like this fucking... You ever see the older generation trying to play with their grandkids, but they don't know how to do it because they never showed affection as parents? And it's kind of weird, like, hello, okay, I love you, Granddad. Stay there! Stay there! My son is loved unconditionally, so he'll probably never do anything great. You know what I mean? Like, because... I mean, just the suffering and the emptiness you must have to do this kind of shit. Like, I mean, he'll probably just be happy, you know, whatever. But anyway, good on him. Like, Tiger Woods' dad used to scream the N-word at him while he was learning golf, like to help him focus. Yeah. I've been doing the same thing with my son. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, you're not allowed to see him anymore and all this. And it's just like, I'm just trying to create a champ. That's how my dad taught me. You know what I've noticed is there's a big difference between old men and old women. There's a big difference. Old women have accepted the world has changed and they sort of marvel at it. You know, they're like, oh, wow, but old men won't. They will not accept. Like, I'm sitting next to a table of old ladies, you know, overhearing them now. Oh, I can't believe technology today. It's unbelievable. It's amazing what they're doing. My son said it's up in the clouds. I said, be careful. Dangerous. Oh, he's, you know, Elon Musk and all the other flavours and... Like, oh, my son's got a laptop. It's unbelievable. And then one of them went like this. Well, my son has a different ringtone for everyone in his phone. And they're all like, oh my God. What are old men like? Climate change is bullshit. The gays made it up. You ask any man over 60 about gender. Yeah. Man, woman, why is there going to be more genders? Bullshit. Ask an old lady. Oh, geez. My granddaughter's got a big penis now. It's all different with the penises now, isn't it? They're all connected and Wi-Fi penis and AI penises and up in the clouds. The penises are in the clouds now, aren't they? Flying around up there with different penises. Well, my son has a penis and a vagina. They call it intersex. Oh, intersex. Is that when they have sex, they connect to the internet? That's right. When he puts his penis in his own vagina, it creates a hot spot. It's too stupid to even... Anyway. It's too stupid. Thank you. It's funny how I can just get up here and impersonate old people, eh? It's just like a massive hole in political correctness. Like they're a marginalised minority, they have no voice, they're suffering institutional oppression, but for some reason I can get up and go, oh, I'm a stupid old cunt. Who am I? What the fuck? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm a fucking old idiot. I'm a dumb old fucking idiot. I'm a dumb idiot. Old people are dumb. Like no one cares. But if I get up and do the Chinese version, I don't know what it is about old people getting scammed. They just get scammed constantly. For some reason, when they fucking get that call, hello, this is the president of the world. Oh, hello, Mr. President. Thank you for calling me. I'll send my credit card immediately. I must. Thank you. You ever been hacked? Ever been hacked and sent everyone you know and love porn? Ever done that? My auntie, Janice, she got a porn from me. She got porn link. She thinks I sent it to her. She thinks I sent that to her. XXX porn, fuck now! Oh, Damien sent an email. It's unbelievable. Can't believe. She thinks I sent that to her. We can't talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, I can't bring it up. I can't double down and pretend I sent it on purpose. Just go up to her and go, hey, what's up, Janice? Fucking, you see that video I sent you or what? It's off the hook. Oh, yeah, she got rammed, yeah. She thinks I sent that to her. I know she saw it too. She fucking acts weird now. She's like, hello. She won't look at me. Hello. Hello, Damien. Good to see you. Hello. Hello. Fucking, I can see the gangbang. I can fucking see it in the eyes. That's a very unique humiliation to our time. That's a very unique humiliation to think that I sent that. Do you know how hard it would be to get that humiliated before the internet? Someone would have to dress up as you and pretend fully to be you and go door to door to your closest friends and family, like, hello, Grandma? Yes, who is it? It's Grandma, it's your grandson, Damien Power. Oh, Damien, what are you doing here? A college slut's looking to fuck. What? What are you talking about? Ray-Bans 50% off. Grandma. There's MILFs in your area, Grandma. There's MILFs. No, the MILFs are back. It's... I like MILFs in your area because it implies they migrate. Diane, the MILFs are here. It's not even winter. It's because of climate change. It's a shame, they're confused.
During Pride weekend, when London was banged out with gay men on the tube system, I'm jumping on and off the tube doing gigs. I merged amongst them, comedian-like. In fact, so convincing was I thought, if I'm not careful here, I'm going to pull. And if I do, I'm going to need a backstory, aren't I? So I don't get accused of cultural appropriation by the gay community. And I thought, right, what sort of gay man do I want to be if I get the fucking chance? So I thought I'd be an older gay, obviously, there's no denying that, but I thought I'd live in Brighton, but have a little interior design business up in London. I thought I'd spend a lot of time at moaning about young gays. They don't know how fucking lucky they are compared to what we used to have to put up with in the 1970s. And I thought I'd still do a bit of MDMA at weekends. That's the sort of gay man I'm going to be if I get the fucking chance. I'm actually the proud father of a gay son, and that has been an adventure and an education, but most of all, it's just been lovely, you know, and if I could share one thing that I've learned from bringing up a gay son that you might need to know, you never know, and I think it's the most important thing we all need to know, and that is that they are fucking expensive. Oy vey, expensive. I mean, my straight sons, as I now have to call them, obviously, you know what they're like. You give them a football, they fuck off, you never see them again for the rest of their life. Oh, not my gay son, it's fucking Wagamamas, Tate Modern, tickets to Jersey Boys, Taylor Swift concerts, sewing machine. On and fucking on with this gay lifestyle. It is costing me a fortune. I should be retired, look at me. I'm having to do these gigs to keep him in the gay lifestyle that he's become accustomed to. I'm not even joking. Now, obviously, you can't always tell the sexuality of your kids. Who knows where people are going to end up? And there's so many options these days. But with him, there was a sign early on. This is how young he was. It was Christmas. We bought him a Bob the Builder set, okay? And watching him unwrap it, he's ignored all the tools. He's seen the yellow construction helmet. Put it on his head, started dancing. I rest my fucking case. In case you don't know, gay men are inescapably attracted to construction helmets. It's a scientific fact. They're hardwired for hard hats. I kept all the tools from the Bob the Builder set, however, just in case I have a lesbian daughter at some point in the future. Special moment with my gay son. He's always been very political about his sexuality, and he went on his first Pride March when he was very, very young. And you know what he did? It's so good. He came in to show me his outfit for Pride. It was a lovely moment, but it was also the moment where I looked at him and thought, you're never actually going to play for West Ham, are you? Hey, actually, it seems to me, though, if you're a football dad, it's not a gay son you want, is it? It's a gay daughter. The Lionesses, for fuck's sake. I mean, virtually all gay team. How incredible is that? I wish they'd changed the name, though. I'm not happy with the name, you know. Lionesses. I feel like we're living in a post-colonial world, and here we are still stealing stuff from Africa. Lions. I don't know if you know this, but they're not indigenous to England. I thought, why didn't they show some national pride and use an English animal, for fuck's sake? Weasels. The weaselesses. I've done my research. They're tenacious. They're very fast over a short distance. They're very community-minded. They'd be brilliant. Listen, I went through every animal and I thought, just don't use beavers and he'll be okay. I used to worry that he might want to come out. Do you know that? Because I'm from a generation where gay people used to have to come out to force the issue. They've got a coming out story. The moment they told their parents they'd be gay, you know, and what happened, I thought, I hope he doesn't want to do this fucking shit, man. Well, I already know he's gay. I'd have to pretend. I wouldn't be convincing. I'd be rubbish, you know. Oh, gay. Get out of the house, you know. Take your construction helmet collection with you. Now what I worry about if he comes out, he turns the tables on us, you know. Mum, Dad, I've got something to tell you. I'm straight. I'll be fucking devastated. I also think, rightfully, a little bit annoyed, actually. You know, you're fucking what? All that money I spent on you because I thought you were gay and now you want to be straight. No fucking way, mate. You are gay. You can come out, but you can't come in. All those hours I spent sitting in Wagamamas. You know I hate Wagamamas. I'm in there barely able to afford to drink the free green tea because he's in there ramening it up to the fucking max. But I still could be wrong. You can't always tell with kids, can you? He's only 11.
We love labels. We love, it's human nature to love labels. Of course it is, because it tells us why we are the way we are. It's answers. Same reason we love life deadlines so much. We're obsessed with life deadlines, aren't we? Milestones and stuff like that, because it tells us, be here at this time and you're doing something right. We love that. Of course we do. And you've got to understand, I know more about life deadlines than anyone at the moment, okay? Because I am a man in his 30s who has been with his girlfriend for 10 years. So obviously, I am under an enormous amount of fucking pressure at the moment, okay? Thanks for coming, guys. Her parents just sit by the phone all day, just waiting for her to call them and say, don't worry, it's happening. Rhys asked me, I've said yes, and we're going to do it. we're gonna get a 2 together rail card. I'm not doing it. It's too big a commitment, that rail card. That shit's for old people and Ant and Dec. Well, he's not driving, is he? It's a long time, isn't it, for a relationship? 10 years. Long old time. 10 years, man. We try and keep it fresh, keep it exciting. You know, we still have a date night once a week. You know, I took her out recently. I took my girlfriend out for dinner recently. We went to that place where, like, all the waiters are really rude to you, and that's just, like, part of the experience. I think it's called France. And, yeah, an old school one for the dads. You're welcome. Welcome to Butlins, everybody. We have taken the next step in our relationship recently, me and my girlfriend. Anal, I'm joking. I'm still not letting her do that. But No, obviously, in reality, the pressure that we're under, me and my girlfriend, is to get married, okay? To get engaged and get married, and we're not fucking doing it, okay? We don't believe in it, both of us think it's a very strange thing, marriage, and I think you'd be insane to have brought it up in this show. It's a strange thing, I think it's a very strange thing, marriage, you know? It's a really weird thing. You know, every marriage is just going, I bet you half your stuff you won't love me forever. That's the dice you all roll. And good luck to you, honestly, good luck to you, genuinely. Marriage to me, it's like Doc Martens shoes, you know? Huge in the 80s, now mostly just for queer people. Well... It's just strange, marriage to me. I find it a bit of a minefield, you know? Too much can go wrong, can't it? You know, not just the marriage, not just the wedding, but even the proposal. What if I did it? What if I finally got down on one knee and said to the person I love most in the world, will you marry me? And instead of saying yes, she said, yep. I've got to spend the rest of my life thinking, I don't know that she meant this. Still, I'd love to see the Instagram post. She said yep. I don't relate. This is the thing. A lot of my newly married friends, I don't relate to them one bit, okay? They all say the same stuff. They go, me and my wife, we make such a team. Me and my hubby are such a good team. I don't feel like me and my girlfriend are a team at all. If anything, she is my fiercest rival. I want her to succeed outside the house. In the house, I spend all my time waiting for her to slip up and do something she has previously told me off for doing. Oh, that's the holy grail. Just go, it seems that you put a wash on this morning and then you've not done anything about it all day. And so now it's been sat there all day, hasn't it, stewing. And now we're going to have to do it all again because it smells worse than it did when we started. So now we're going to have to do that all over again, which is a waste of water and energy and therefore money. I'm not very happy about this. Yes! 1-1! All right, like 28-1, but I'll take a consolation goal. That's what a real long-term relationship looks like, isn't it? I'll prove it. Every single one of you in this room who's in a long-term relationship, right, after the show, go into the WhatsApp, the text conversation that you have with your partner. Go into the media section of the WhatsApp, scroll back to the very beginning, and then look through it chronologically. You can pinpoint the moments that it changes, from like a sexy nude to a screen grab of a recipe from BBC Good Food, all the way to a passive-aggressive photo of a plate one of you left out on the side. That's where we all get to eventually. Wordless plate pictures. The only way you send or receive a nude in a long-term relationship is if one of you has a rash. I think it'll die out, marriage. I do. I think it'll die out. I think it would have died out sooner if not for the boomers. You know, the boomers, you kept it alive, marriage, because it suits you, boomers. It suits the way that you were raised, you know, because you boomers, you were raised on this idea of stiff upper lip, you know? Keep calm and carry on. Get through it no matter how tough it gets. And so you're stubborn, but you're resilient, you know? You apply that logic to everything in your lives, from marriage to recessions to gluten. You just fucking tolerate it. A 65-year-old man is not suddenly admitting he can't stomach bread, okay? He's continuing to have toast for breakfast every morning and having the shits until he dies. That's how it works. That's why you're all so angry. Going, immigrants. Like, no, you just ate the cross again, Tony. Chill out. Going, LGBT. No, IBS. Calm down, mate. You'll be fine. Diorolite. You'll be fine. So dramatic, the boomers. It's all life and death, black and white, win or lose. There's no middle ground with boomers, ever. This is why the 50% of you that got divorced refer to it as a failed marriage. You didn't fail, you completed it. You got to the end, boss, you move on to the sequel. Bit of positive thinking, come on. Then the half of you that stayed together, you just shut the curtains, don't let the neighbours see how awful it is, just get through it no matter what. And then a small percentage of that lot just waited for the day that he snaps and then she's under the patio. That's how it works in the boomer community, and we make podcasts about it. Okay, but Gen Z weren't raised like this. Gen Z were raised on the idea of know your worth, never settle for anything less than you deserve. And so they're all fucking delusional. They're insane, Gen Z. They're quitters. They're quitting the workforce at a rate we have never seen before in history because we told them they were special as a prank and they believed us, okay? And they've all been on social media on their phones their whole lives, so their brains are fucking sludge, okay? They have got no attention spans. Well, everyone on Gen Z in this room, this is the longest you've been without your phone for 2 years. This is mindfulness to you. This, an elderly man screaming about the future. This. Gen Z aren't going to get married because they don't have the patience. And they're not going to kill their partners because they don't have the patios. There's no chance. So I don't want to get married, okay? No, thank you. And I don't want kids either. No. No way. And it's your fault, people who've got kids. You've made it look terrible. Ugh, yuck. Gross. God, I should clarify, I don't want kids. I do want offspring. I just don't want kids. I want like a 20-year-old guy. Yeah, just heard it. That came out a lot creepier than I intended. Which is what my mum said to the midwife. Anyway, bit of fun, why not? Why not have some fun for once? I think it'd be good. I want a 20-year-old guy. I want to be 50 and have a 20-year-old son. That's what I'm getting at here, okay? I just don't want to do all the stuff that gets you there. You know, I think what the word I'm looking for is boarding school, okay? I can't afford that shit, so I want science to figure this out, you know? I think it'd be fun, you know? I'm 50, I'm in the pub with my 20-year-old son, he's buying me pints with the money I gave him. I can tell him that all the songs he likes are actually covers. He can tell me that all my opinions are unacceptable now. Going, Dad, you can't say Chinese people anymore. It's divine leaders. Read the news. And listen, I see the appeal. You know, people say it's about legacy, isn't it? People want to have kids because they want to carry on the family name. And I see the appeal of that, carrying on my family name. You know, Rang and Nathan. Is it worth it, you know? And to be honest, I read a story, basically, that put me off the idea of having kids. Okay, I'll tell you it now. The story goes that in 1920s America, the famous writer Ernest Hemingway had a bet with a bunch of his writer mates of who could write the saddest story in the fewest amount of words, right? And he won that bet, Hemingway, with his story, which was For Sale, Baby Shoes, Never Worn. Yeah. And that's why I don't want kids. Ungrateful. Now listen, obviously that's a sad story, of course. That's a very sad story. But it took him 6 words. That's what I was curious about that whole thing. Because I was like, I reckon I could do equally sad stories in less words, okay? I could do it in 5. You ready? Please welcome your host, Deck. Eat shit, Hemingway. House deposit paid. Goodbye, Grandma. Well, this one's more of a personal one that I get a lot. We've gone with Ed Gamble. I don't even need 5 words, I can do it in 4. Finished first in orgy. Welcome to Switzerland, Nan. I can do it in 3 words. I'll do Hemingway's one in 3 words. For sale, baby. Think it through, mate. Come on. I'll do it in 2. Biological girlfriend. I'll do it in 1. No.
Hey, thanks. I'm really good. No, I am. I'm one of the best. So I know you all come see this special taping, and that makes you special. But I am not in any mood to do this. I've been waiting on some test results, and they were supposed to they're supposed to text them to me, and they have not. So they're not for me. They're for my grandmother. So instead of doing an hour of my jokes, instead I'm going to do 3.5 hours of me and my grandmother's favorite songs. Thank you. Not sure. You know what? It would be a great time to grow the fuck up. This first one is one of our favorites. Thank you. I love you, you love me. We love each other for eternity. You love me, I love you. Why can't I be inside you too? Shit, I got a text. It's the results. You can do this, Mark. You can do this. Oh, thank God. She's not my grandmother. That song has been so awkward for so long. Sometimes I think about my grandmother and I hope she's up in heaven making her world famous butter tarts. But then she'll call or come over. I don't even like doing stand-up right now. It's shit because of people like you. No, the crowds and the audiences are garbage. There's like 3 people here that are only here to get upset. Right? You're gonna laugh at everything, right? Until it applies to you, right? Psoriasis? Susan, how can you make fun of psoriasis? You know, I've been dealing with that all my life. It's been such a struggle. Every week we get angry, right? And then Monday comes and we don't give a fuck about that thing anymore. Every week. The greatest example for me was when the co-pilot flew a plane into a mountain and killed everyone on the plane. And people were on their Facebook or their Twitter, we gotta do something about co-pilots. We gotta unite, gotta start testing. It's gotta be a system for co-pilots. What did we do? Nothing. We did nothing. Because there's always gonna be crazy people. Well, then we gotta get rid of mountains. No! No! You wanna fix the world, you have to do it yourself. That's why it never gets fixed. Right? You gotta start talking to the crazy people in your life, all right? You know that woman at work that comes up to you and she's like, hey, you wanna talk about raisins? And you're like, no, Sharon. I have no interest in talking about raisins. Talk to Cheryl about raisins! Ask her one question about raisins! raisins. Is that gonna throw your fucking day out? No. Hey, Cheryl, how many kinds of raisins are there? How long did that fucking take? 2 seconds. She might be so happy, she will go home and be like, oh my God, I'm gonna cancel those Compilation lessons. Takes 2 seconds. But you just want the happy stuff. That's what you like, right? You like sharing little stories on your Facebook or your Twitter, and I got 3 likes today. I'm doing something. There was a homeless guy they found in an alley. He could play piano, and everybody was sharing him like crazy. It drove me nuts. Isn't this a beautiful story? He's homeless, but he knows how to play piano. Isn't that, oh my God, it's so amazing. What? Why is that amazing? This guy fucked up every other aspect of his life. But because he remembers how to play a piano, I'm supposed to be like, oh, share, like. No, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Poor people do not have pianos, all right? So that guy started up here, fucked his way all the way down, and because he remembers chopsticks, I'm supposed to be like, the meaning of hope. Fuck that guy. There was a 108-year-old woman jumped out of a plane. She'd never done it before. And at 108, she was so brave to try it for the first time. What? She's 108. She's not afraid to die. She's going up there, in fact, hoping it happens. She's tired. She's been Googling hobbies for weeks, checking out the highest percentage of which one will end her fucking life. 108. We don't need 108-year-olds. Put them down at 100. That's all I'm saying. Put the old people down at 100. Don't need them. No one's ever stopped my show and be like, well, hate to do this to you, but there was this one time where I needed a 108-year-old. I was walking down the street and a wizard popped out of nowhere. And he was like, please help me. I need 100,000 wrinkles and something that smells like burnt leaves. There's no time for questions. 108. No, put them down at 100. The only time you even see 108-year-olds on their birthday, right? Someone comes and wheels them out of the dark. And there's like a local paper there to take a picture of it. Right? So a family member has to creep up quietly behind them so they don't shock them. And sort of prop them up like a fucking mannequin beside the cake. They're not even looking at the camera, they're just looking off in the distance, searching for something. You know what they're searching for? That light everybody's been talking about. Let me go into it! The air hurts my skin! 108. Put them down at 100. Listen, you put your dog down at 13. 13. Went quiet, I get it. Don't do this. He's my best friend. Gives me unconditional love. And then you get like a new couch, right? And it shits on it while you're at work. Your unconditional love story quickly changes, doesn't it? Then it becomes, well, I think it's time. No, it's what's best for him. You put the fucker down, that's all I'm saying. Put the old people down. The first time your grandmother fucks up the cookies, all right? She's in the kitchen crying, well, I don't know, I must have put salt in instead of sugar. Put the bitch down! I used to work with old people. as they were passing away. That was my job. And I would sit with them, and I would comfort them and tell them, it's okay. You've lived a long life. And I would hold their hand, which doesn't seem like a lot, but at that point, it feels like raw chicken. And I would play music because music, I find, soothes the soul. And so I'd just be right over top of them, just... Go to sleep. Kevin's waiting for you. Kevin was her deceased husband in that sketch.
Anyway, let's talk about something a bit more uplifting. The other day I saw my ex's new husband wearing a V-neck. Yeah, it's good to have a win, isn't it? Such a dickhead, didn't even see me there behind the bins. My ex left me for a dude with a Porsche and a pizza restaurant. Yeah. And I went and tried his pizza. Do you know how fucking humiliating that is? To go over it? Because I want us to get along. It's best for my son. So I went over there. He's a pizza chef. We're bonding. He makes me a pizza, gives me a slice. He's like, what do you think? I was like, it's fine. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to give him anything. But on the inside, I was like, I would suck this dude's dick for another slice. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense. Do you know how awkward it is? We live in the same suburb, so I run into them. Do you know how fucking awkward it is to run into your ex and the new guy around? Like the other day I'm walking with mate Dan, and over the road is my ex, the new guy, and my son all having dinner. And my son sees me and goes, Daddy, come over. Get into this. Get into this fucking social nightmare. Get in here. I mean, it's sweet, right? But he's not a diplomat, is he? Get into this fucked situation. And I'm with my mate Dan. Now, Dan, he's not autistic. He's something. You know what I mean? I'm like, you stay here. We don't want you in the fucking mix. So I go over and he's in the bus stop reading the timetable or whatever, and whatever it is he's busying himself with. And I go over and, I've got to be happy to see everybody. I'm a parent. I can't be like, hey, buddy, good to see you, and you two fuckheads, what's up? You know what I mean? I'm a parent. I've got to be like, wow, look at it. This is so great. We're all together. Wow. And the new guy's sitting there. He's wearing a suit and he's talking about how he's opened his third restaurant and his Porsche is parked right there. And I've been writing with Dan. My notebook was just open on the table. And he's like, what have you been working on? And it just says, suck his dick for another slice. That's just circled. You don't want to miss that bit. It's a good line. So it's just like, suck his dick. Yes, you must. That bit. And he does that thing where he pretends he didn't read it. You know how people do that? He goes, suck his dick. Oh, I can't even take it in. It's too much. And then my son sees Dan, who he knows, over the road. Dan's here. Come over. I'm like, great, let's bring Dan over. Dan's over the road eating a tub of jelly beans that he bought from home. That's weird, isn't it? Why is that weird? Just a man who's 35 years old, just on the street. Just all one colour, just yellow jelly beans, yellow. So now Dan comes over and he just walks straight over to the table and goes, hey, how come everyone's so awkward? Like he just says it. And I'm so uncomfortable at this point. I'm like, who wants a jelly bean? Dan's like, have one, this is 27. So I'm in a poly relationship now. Yeah, I just found out. It's good when you find out, isn't it? Because polyamory is so popular now with young people, like particularly young people. And people give young people today more shit than any generation. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not fair. Look, if I were to describe young people today, I would describe them as hypersexual environmentalists. That's the best way to... Is that bad? Because you know everything is sexual and political with young people. Everything. Everything's like... save the koalas. It's you, man. Isn't it? Everything's sexual and political. Everything's like, hey guys, my pussy's wet, but there's a drought in Uganda. Guys, seriously. It's you. That's what you post, man. Isn't it? Hey guys, this is a picture of my erection, sure, but it's exactly the same shape as the missiles Israel launches into Palestine. Wake the fuck up. Raise your fist into my ass for workers' rights. Stop racism. Stop it. Stop racism and sexism. It's bad. I care. People are prejudiced. You know what I'm talking about. Like you guys, like you're young, you know, so you post shit like, hey guys, before I begin this tutorial on deep throating, I'd like to acknowledge your traditional elders. You. Of this share house. A lot of it's mental illness. It is. A lot of it's mental illness. A lot of it's mental illness. And, you know, we're in an epidemic of narcissism. An epidemic of narcissism. Nobody cares. Narcissism is fucking tearing our society apart. Nobody cares. Like, are you okay day? Do you ever ask a narcissist? Nah, fuck that. Not that one. Yuck. Not that mental illness. We don't even have a fucking day for narcissism. We should be raising awareness. Should be like, wear a little mirror for Narcissist Day. They can't even check themselves into a mental health clinic. What are they going to do? Hey, I'm here to check myself in because I'm fucking the best. Yeah! Woo! Like doing the moonwalk and shit. Yeah, sick. I'm the best. Look at my abs. I'm sick. I'm fucking sick. My dad is like, oh, your generation, you know, you guys are the most mentally ill generation of any ever. I'm like, man, fucking boomers are so mentally ill, but they have fucking no idea or self-awareness. Like, we have too much self-awareness. Our generation and younger, you know, we're like, okay, that's a tinge of anxiety. That's a tinge of anxiety, and that's developing into a depressive episode. Great. Now I'm depressed. Now I've got to go to work and I'm disassociating. Hey guys, disassociating, loving that. This is great. Love the disassociation. Then I get to work and I've got a trauma bond with my boss because he's gaslighting me, so I can't self-soothe. That's affecting my serotonin, so that's horrible for the ADHD. Whereas boomers, you guys are just like, feel something, then anger. That's it. Just like, I think I'm sad. Why can't I find a park? Fuck. That's it. I think I'm alone. Fucking political correctness. Crazy. My dad has spent his whole life running from himself. His whole fucking life. What's going on? Get the car, get the dog. We're going to the beach now. Can relax, Dad. We're on holidays. We could be on holidays faster. Dad treats life like a race. It's like a fucking job to get done. Get born, grow up, meet someone, get married, have kids, retire, dead. Good, done. Done, good. Life's done. Good. What's next? Looks like the afterlife needs a mow. Let's mow the afterlife. Let's get that job done. Dad never looks inward. He's just going, you won't get me, life. I'm fucking going too quick to feel. You won't catch me. I wish I was like that, just running through life, leaving a wake of mentally ill children behind me. My dad was a racing car driver. That's what he wanted to be. That's why his nerves are fucking shot, because he tried to do that. My brother, that's how my brother got into motorsport. My brother, Will, is an IndyCar driver over in America. He actually just won the world championship for IndyCar. How crazy is that? Yeah. Sure. Yeah. He drove so fast in a circle. He won. Like, he had the best fucking circle. I didn't watch, but apparently I went to my uncle who watches all of it. He's like, it was a good one. Like, he had the best circle on the day. You follow IndyCar? Yeah. So he had the best circle of the year. And they gave him the badge or whatever, the trophy. And that's not funny. That's like, man, you're fucking risking your life to get the best circle. Like, I reckon it's fucking impressive. But he's actually the greatest driver in the history of the entire sport, like statistically. Like when you play the PlayStation game, man, he's the dude you select. Yeah, I select him and drive repeatedly into the wall. It's to overcome childhood trauma. But he can die doing his job. I can die as well, but it's an internal. I have died many times on the inside, but he actually dies, and so that makes you, like, Will's very profound. Like, he's very philosophical. Like, he said something really profound to me when he won the world championship. He said, "You know what, bro? Everything I've dreamed of having since I was a kid, I have right now." He goes, "You know what? It doesn't make you any happier." He said, "In fact, it can make you sadder, because everything we're told in this society will make you happy doesn't. And when you get it and you realise that, it can make you really depressed." And he looked me right in the eyes as he said this, and I'll never forget it. He goes, "You know what success is? Success is being in the moment more often with your friends and family." He said, that's success. And he looked me right in the eyes as he said it. And he just started that Ferrari up. And he flicked me a small diamond, because he has a pouch of diamonds now from the championship. I don't know if that's part of it. And he flicked me a diamond and took off, because I'm not allowed to sit in that particular car. And he started doing circles, and they were perfect. I was like, fucking, it all makes sense, like.